Okay, hands up if you saw Iryna looking into your eyes. Okay, that's pretty good. There are a couple of things, Iryna, I want to talk about. Mostly I want to talk about structure, but I'm going to start about talking about eye contact. I thought you did an excellent job of looking around to all parts of the audience, and you can see how hands went up everywhere. One thing you might not be aware of is, and I didn't realize it until you started speaking, the lights really reflect off your glasses. So I think you probably tried to make eye contact with me a couple of times. Eventually I saw, but at first your eyes were blanked out by the glare.
I didn't know about it yet.
Okay, no, and it's something that's you're unlikely to know about unless you go to the place you're speaking beforehand, even 5 minutes beforehand, and then stand there and ask somebody,
how do I look like?
And they can tell you, it's like, okay, well, you might want to get rid of that toilet paper on your shoe. They can tell you if there's some kind of glare there, then you can do something about it. Just incidentally, one thing about moving to different positions in the room during your speech at appropriate times, in some speeches it won't be appropriate, but in some speeches it will, and that does assist with it, because the angle of the glare will probably be different. There are a lot of lights up here. But I mostly wanted to talk about structure on this speech. And I really liked how you bookended with the cherry blossoms. I was like, I kept waiting for you. I was like, okay, I want her to get back to the cherry blossoms. And you did. Thank you very much. And I found it very easy to follow what was going on, because it's cherry blossoms. Okay, now we're talking about Belarus and the Second World War and the things that happened. I did find myself thinking, gee, I wish you could tie this into some family members or such, or some ancestors and such. And it's just then that you started talking about your grandmother and your grandfather. What I would suggest is to punch the speech up a bit more, is to open with something about your grandmother, or with your, actually I was going to say or with your grandfather, but probably your grandmother in this case. Maybe actually start the whole speech with saying, I love going to I've forgotten exactly what it is you said now, but I love going to see the cherry blossoms with my grandmother. We don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay. It gets the interest in. And then you can say, I was in Washington recently and the cherry blossoms were out. It reminds me of the cherry blossom festivals in Minsk. Did you know that Minsk, Belarus, in the war, blah, 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 give us those things. And your grandmother's already part of this, and so this already feels, you'll already feel more connected to it. And if you're more connected to it, we can be more connected to it. I had even worked out how to say the word of the day in the phrase there, but I didn't quite make it. I changed the way I spoke about it, so I'm not going to try and look at it. I'm not going to try and ram it in there right now. Thank you very much. I really liked the structure of that speech. I think you could tweak it a bit and